Hello there. Thanks for tuning into sports today, and we've got some update for you. And this comes, of course, from the historic moment that we all witnessed yesterday when India won the inaugural edition of the Under 19 T20 World Cup in Potchefstroom. Absolutely hammered the England side, and the Indian women have now ensured that their names will be remembered forever, because remember, it's the inaugural edition of the tournament that took place, and they did just enough to ensure that India would come out triumphant and be winners of the inaugural edition of the T20 tournament. Now, what's really happened here is that the ICC now has put out the team of the tournament. Yes, we saw some brilliant performances, not just from the Indian camp, but there were other superstars as well that we emerged. Superstars we hope who make it big on the grand stage as well in the years to come. And the ICC has now announced its team of the tournament, and there are three Indians who happen to be in this team, and we are here to tell you as to who these three Indians are. So be patient while we reveal one by one as to who did make it to the ICC T20 team of the tournament. Starting with the player of the tournament, let's also first tell you who the player of the tournament was, and you can go ahead and comment as well along the way in the comment section as to what your predictions are as to who these three cricketers from India could be. But starting with the player of the tournament, it happens to be the English skipper. Grace Kyvans has been made the captain, as well as she's been announced the team, player of the tournament as well. So she's been made captain of this T20 side of the tournament, and she has also been made the player of the tournament for her exemplary performance. Remember, she scored a thunderous 93 as well in the run-up to the final. Of course, for her leadership skills as well, she has been given the captain's armband. Let's now tell you what the breakdown actually looks like as to which teams in fact managed to have players in this playing 11. You have players, like we said, there are three players from India, there are players from England, then you also have a player from Australia, Bangladesh, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, South Africa, and the 12th player of the tournament, remember, happens to be from Pakistan. Now, let's just quickly tell you as to who these players are who made it to the playing to the ICC Under 19 Women's T20 team of the tournament. Let's quickly give away the three Indians who happen to be in this side. You've obviously got no points for guessing there. You've got Shefali Verma, the Indian skipper, who happens to be right up top when you talk about this particular team. She's not been made the captain though, despite being the winning captain ultimately, but it is the English captain, Grace Scrivens, as we all told you. She's been made the captain of the tournament. The other Indian who has been included in this side is Shweta Sherawat, the other Indian who impressed everyone with her batting prowess, and she did manage to get some runs yesterday, but couldn't stick around for a long time. Same with Shefali. Both the Indians are not quite firing on the final day, but did enough to impress all along in the tournament to ensure that they also make it to this particular list. With regards to Shefali though, she ended with just about 290 runs in the tournament. That's a very good tally given the rate at which she was scoring runs, and given the fact that she was also being an exemplary leader as well. Now, the third Indian happens to be a spinner, and she's someone who gave England a lot of problems yesterday. It is Parshavi Chopra. Yes, she's in fact spoken to India Today group as well, and we'll be putting out that video very soon. She says that she's idolized Shane Warne growing up, and she saw a lot of her videos. So do watch out for that video as well. And yeah, Parshavi Chopra happens to be the third Indian on the list when you talk about the ICC Under 19 Women's T20 team of the tournament. Let's now quickly run you through as to what exactly the team of the tournament looks like. Up top, you've got Shweta Sherawat, as we just told you. Then you've got the English skipper, who is the opening partner alongside her, Grace Crivens. At number 3, you've got Shefali Verma, the other Indian who happens to be on the list. Then you got from New Zealand, Georgia Plimmer, who happens to be your number 4 batter. followed by Demi from Sri Lanka. Then you also have from Bangladesh, Shorna Akhtar, and as far as South Africa go, just one player from South Africa. It happens to be Karobo Meso. She happens to be the one from South Africa. Parshavi Chopra then is your leg spinner in this side. The other spinner in this side happens to be from England, and that's Hannah Baker. Remember, Hannah took Shefali's wicket yesterday. You also have England's Ellie Anderson, and at number 12, you've at number 11, beg your pardon, you've got Maggie Clark from Australia, and your 12th man for 12th player, beg your pardon, for this particular side is Anusha Nasir from Pakistan. So this is how the team of the tournament looks like. 3 Indians in that list, 2 batters, 1 spinner, and the Indians, of course, making the entire nation proud with that supreme feat yesterday in Potchefstroom, winning the inaugural World Cup in a very, very comfortable manner, a comprehensive victory. And yeah, just taking a few comments here. Abhishek Sood asking as to when the T20 World Cup is. Yes, what in fact yesterday's victory has done is it set up the T20 World Cup very well, and of course this gives a huge shot in the arm for women's cricket, because remember, this was the first title. There's well a lot of disappointment that the women's senior cricket team has had to endure over the last couple of years, just struggling at the very last be it the finals or the semi-final stage. We've seen the team progress, but just get a little nervous there. But what this does is it sets up the World Cup, which happens just the next month. So that's your answer, Abhishek Sood. The World Cup is starting in just about a couple of weeks' time, and yes, you'd be interested. We'll all, in fact, be interested to see how the World Cup now pans out to be, because India would believe now that this particular victory gives a big boost to their chances, and it'll be interesting to see how Shefali, who remember plays for the senior team as well, as to how well she can adapt now, get back into the system, and how she can perform on an even bigger stage. She's already a World Cup winner, and there's obviously a bright future ahead of her, but it'll be interesting as to how she performs in the World Cup, which begins just the next month. And very quickly, for those of you joining us right now, the ICC Women's Under-19 team of the tournament has been announced, and there are 3 Indians who happen to be on the list. Shweta Sherawat, Shefali Verma, the Indian skipper, and then you've got Parshavi Chopra, who happens to be on the list. So that's that, guys. We hope you like this update. Do share this video with your friends and family members, and in case you haven't already done so, do like, share and subscribe to Sports Today. For now, my name is Harshit Ahuja. Thank you, and have a great evening ahead. 14 तारखेबाद